What the frig is up with the barrels on the new Colt Python revolvers? I'm hoping you guys out there in YouTube land can actually give me some inside information, tell me something I don't know, or at least tell me that maybe I'm just crazy. Hey everybody, Yankee here. If you've been watching my videos over the last week, which I know you haven't, if you had, you would see that I'm thinking about buying myself a birthday/Christmas present, as I usually do. Me and Jeebus have the same birth month, so I like to combine our birthdays and get myself something nice. No one else is going to get me anything. I got to buy my own presents. That's the sad state of my life. But, at least when you buy your own presents, you get what you want. Well, if you've been paying attention, there's a few guns I'm looking at. And two of the options are two different variations of a Colt Python. The first one is a 2.5-inch gloss blued Python. It's a beautiful gun. The second one is a 2-inch matte blued Python. And some people are like, that's not bluing. Well, that's not the point either. So let's just compare the two guns. Like I said, those are the two. The 2.5-inch gloss blue and the 2-inch matte blued Pythons. And like I said, I was making a video saying, which of these do you think I should get? Well, when I compared them, something shocked me. There were a couple of different reasons I was leaning towards one or the other. The gloss blue, I was leaning towards that because it's pretty. It's just very pretty. But, I already have one gloss blued Python, a 4-inch, and I have also another 2.5-inch Python. It is a stainless model. So nothing really new there except that it's the 2.5-inch in the gloss blued. I don't have that. But the 2-inch matte blued Python is two things I don't have. A 2-inch Colt Python. Don't have one of those. And I don't have a matte blued Python. And I like the matte bluing. It looks really nice. So I was kind of going back and forth between the two of them. And I was going to mention that in the video that, one of them is, prettier, but the other one has that shorter barrel, and I don't have that or that finish. But as I overlaid the pictures, I noticed the barrels look like they're the same length. I don't see a difference. I compared the pictures of the 2-inch matte and the 2.5-inch gloss. They look the same size. So I started thinking, well, this is probably just something to do with the pictures. The pictures they chose to use maybe aren't the right one. Maybe the matte blued Python wasn't ready when they took these pictures and they did some creative editing and they just forgot to shorten the barrel, but the ones out on the market are actually 2-inch. So I started thinking, well, how can I tell that other than going back to the gun shop and comparing both of them? And then I remember, well, I did the video of the 2-inch matte blued Python, and I have a 2.5-inch stainless Python. So what I did is I took a still from that video, and then I took a picture of me holding the stainless one, the 2.5-inch, in pretty much the same angle. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same, but, pretty much the same. And I decided I'm going to overlay those. And I did. And here's what happened. Here's the still from the video. Here's the overlay of my 2.5-inch stainless over the 2-inch matte black. Once again, here's the 2-inch matte black. Here's the overlay of the 2.5-inch over the 2-inch matte black. They're the exact same size. So which is it? Are they 2.5-inch or 2-inch? I know the one on my 2.5-inch revolver, my stainless Python, is 2.5 inches. So that would lead me to believe that the one on the matte blue gun is 2.5 inches, not 2 inches. So they're lying there, which doesn't make sense to me. I could understand saying your 2.5-inch barrel is 3 inches. That's pretty much how I've lived my life. But I can't imagine saying that your 2.5-inch barrel is actually 2 inches. That seems unnecessarily self-deprecating. So I don't understand. Which is it? What size are these barrels? What is up with the measuring of the barrels? Are the early guns just 2.5-inch and they haven't gotten around to making the 2-inch barrels yet? Or are they changing how they're measuring? Or are they just outright lying? Or am I just crazy? Are the pictures lying? Let me know. If you've got some information, please let me know, because I would love to understand this. Or otherwise, just tell me I'm crazy so I can move on. please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination.
Spectamus cultus dies et non